this video, I will talk about 7 types of grids that are very popular amongst editors you can do in After Effects. The first type of grid is a simple grid that is very simple to do. All you need to do is apply a grid effect to the solid, change size from width slider, and then play around with settings like border and width. Second type of grid is this clean grid, which is not that popular amongst the editors, but I want to show it. First off, change the blending mode to stencil alpha. Then you can resize the solid to about 90%. Now, pick the rectangle tool and double click on it. This will create a mask on the solid. Go to the mask and change the expansion to about -50, and then change the feather to about 25. This will create that look like the grid is bit from afar and the borders of the grid is missing. The next grid is this bulged grid. All you need to do is add an optics compensation. Play around with field of view and resize if needed. The next one is this moving grid, which is pretty popular. All you need to do is animate anchor point. You just set a keyframe and then move the anchor point to left or right or up and down. It really depends on what look you want to go for. Most people animate that it goes downwards. The next grid is this 3D moving grid, which is a bit complicated, but pay attention. First off, turn the solid layer into the 3D layer. Now go to the rotation and change the Y rotation to 90 degrees. Position the grid so it's on the bottom.
I forgot to record this part. You will have to also add this motion tile effect and increase those two values.
Now apply gradient ramp effect to the grid and swap the colors so it looks like it's blending out from afar. Then you can animate the anchor point as I told in the previous example, and then you can apply the same grid on the top. Duplicate and apply it. The next grid is this turbulent grid. There are 2 types of turbulent grids. The first one is low size turbulent and second one is low amount turbulent. So all you have to do is apply a turbulent displace effect onto the grid, set amount to low and size to something bigger, or vice versa. Go to evolution options, find the random seed and hold the Alt key to open up the expression and write time multiply by 4 or any number that you like. And the last one is this dotted grid. So use regular grid for this one, duplicate it and change the blending mode to stencil alpha. Now press this button which says invert grid. Now play around with border so it looks like there's dots everywhere. Now follow me along, this is a bit complicated. The dots are misaligned, so we need them to be on the cross sections. So what you need to do is look how much width you have. For example, I have 160, so I need to cut the half of it, which is 80, and add this 80 to both anchor point positions. So you can just go to the position of the anchor, write plus symbol, and then add 80, and do this for both of them. Now we have dotted grid. If you enjoyed this little tutorial, follow me for more content and I will see you in the next video.